this morning's train derailment near Anacortes. The Unified Command consists of the EPA, the Washington Department of Ecology, Burlington Northern Santa Fe, Skagit County Emergency Management, and the Swinomish Indian Tribal Community. I'm about to introduce each of our speakers, everybody who is participating in the cleanup here. First we have Earl Cowan, who's the Chief of Police for the Swinomish Police Department, Mike Sibley, who's the Federal On-Scene Coordinator for the Environmental Protection Agency, Amanda Howe, who's the State On-Scene Coordinator for the Washington Department of Ecology. We have Justin Piper, who's with BNSF, and we have Hans Call, who's with Skagit County Department of Emergency Management. I'm going to invite Chief Cowan to say a few words.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Swinomish. So just to give you guys a quick rundown, shortly after midnight last night, we experienced a train derailment, as you see behind us. Our department, Fire District 13, and assistant teams from the refinery were able to come out and set initial containment, and then throughout the night, early morning, we transitioned over to BNSF and their contractors, and they've been doing fine work behind us here. So that's where we are currently, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Mike Sibley, the Federal On-Scene Coordinator.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mike Sibley, Federal On-Scene Coordinator for the EPA. I'm representing the lead agency in this response. We had about 2,500 gallons spill of soil from one of the locomotives, and so our priority right now is to remove that contaminated soil and then test the area to make sure we removed all of it, and then backfill with clean soil. And also, we've had people out checking the channel, and there's been no sheen seen on the channel and no impacts to fish or wildlife. And it's been a good response with the help of the Coast Guard, Ecology, BNSF, and other agencies that are here in full response to make sure we get this cleaned up.
Spell your last name, please.
Sibley.
What is the substance that spilled?
Diesel fuel.
From the locomotives?
From the locomotives.
This is on, like, not cargo, but on board to power the engine?
To power the engines to the trains.
Okay.
Was it just from one?
Pardon?
Was it just leaking from one?
Just from one.
We heard the fuel tank or whatever where the diesel's held in the other engine, it was not punctured or there was no issue with a spill from the other one.
That's correct. They've already offloaded that fuel from that engine.
Do you know how many cars tipped over?
Just the two.
Just the two.
Folks, we actually have a few folks who will probably answer some of these questions as well as they go through their specific responsibilities. So, and we can hold questions till the end as well. We can get Mike back up there too.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
Hi, I'm Amanda Howe, AMANDAHOWE. I'm with the Washington State Department of Ecology. I'm a lead spill responder with Ecology. Yeah, we got all the notifications. BNSF was very good about getting the spill and derailment notifications to Ecology and the proper authorities. We responded soon after midnight, I would say, and our top priority is making sure that there is no impact to state waters, and if there is impact to state waters, we get that contained and remediated as soon as possible. So that's our priority with Ecology, is protecting the environment and protecting people's safety and protecting fish and wildlife. So we're continuing to monitor all those different categories there.
Good afternoon, Justin Piper with BNSF Railway, JUSTINPIPER. I'm the responsible party incident commander for BNSF. Our first and most important priority initially and ongoing throughout this is really to make sure and ensure the safety of the responders and the public during this incident, and that's been our focus. We're also focused on the source control, stopping the leak, controlling the leak, and then recovery of spilled fuel out there, and working closely with our partners. And I do want to thank the Swinomish and the other agencies that we're responding with for a well-coordinated response.
My name is Hans Kahl, Hanskahl. I'm with the Skagit County Department of Emergency Management. I am a local resident. I'm here for the community. I'm their eyes and ears. My role on scene is to make sure that everything is put right. So I want to let everyone know that Skagit County Department of Emergency Management and Skagit County Resources will be here until it's done. And if anybody has any question out in our communities, to please give us a call at Emergency Management. So, thank you.
All right, for BNSF or whoever can answer this, what exactly happened here? Was there an issue getting that bridge to move across the channel? What prompted the train to tip over?
The cause of the derailment is under investigation right now, so there's going to be a thorough investigation with agencies and BNSF to determine the ultimate cause for that. So I really can't comment more on that.
What do you do when you're collecting information, and walk us through how do you figure out who's at fault here and what was the accident?
Well, there's again a rigorous process. The FRA is on site, Washington PUC as well. It's going to be a joint investigation, walking through all different aspects of that process.
If you could step right up to the mic, sir. You can step right up. Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about the train itself, how old it is, how old the engine is?
I don't have that information. These are standard local service locomotives that service the industries around here in haul freight.
Can you talk a little bit about the crew on board, how many crew members were on board, and kind of what protocol is for if they tipped, for a tipped train?
There's typically 2 crew members on a train, a conductor and an engineer. So protocol is obviously initiating an emergency, notifying others out there, reporting that information to our network operations center so that we can then coordinate with the local agencies and others.
And are both locomotives under power, or was one kind of towing the other? Can you kind of just give us the lay of the land a little bit?
I don't have those specific operating details for the train. They're both capable of operating either independently or combined together.
Can you explain to us just how the bridge here works and how it's run by BNSF and how it moves and is supposed to go?
From an operational standpoint, again, questions that we'd be happy to answer for you. I don't have those details immediately offhand.
This works.
In the early investigation, did you guys notice whether anything was wrong with the train or the tracks? Like, you could tell us, or how many wheels got off the tracks?
Again, ongoing investigation. I really just can't comment on that right now.
Are there heat sensors on these tracks?
I'm sorry?
Are there heat sensors installed on these tracks?
I don't have information to that right now.
What is protocol for an accident like this for the workers?
What do you mean?
Are they placed on leave? Are they what is there?
As part of the investigation process, there's a formal process that they go through to understand that in the interviews and whatnot with that. And that's both federally regulated as well as company protocols.
And is it confirmed that none of the diesel went into the sound? There was nothing that spilled into the water there?
That's correct. Yeah, we've been monitoring that closely ever since the beginning of this. We've obviously got multiple thousand feet of containment boom out in place. That's precautionary right now. We've seen no fuel migration from the track surface and the bed where it was at towards that. And obviously, a goal is going to be to remove that soil as quickly as possible to prevent that migration towards the water.
Are there runoff concerns?
Again, at this time, no. We feel confident that we're going to be able to excavate, what we need to before there's any sort of weather-driven events or anything else that can cause that.
Is BNSF responsible for inspection of the train or inspection of the track at all?
That's correct. Yeah.
Do you know when the last time either one of those have been inspected?
I don't have that information with me right now.
Can you tell us where the train was coming to or from, or what stage of?
The train was servicing the local industries to the west of here, and it was traveling east at the time.
Was it hauling anything?
There were 6 cars that were with the train at the time. All were empty.
So was it up at the refinery?
That's where the train originated from.
Do you know where it was going?
Burlington.
So it wasn't supposed to be a long trip?
No.
Is it typical to have 2 crew members in one locomotive, or?
That's a standard crew size typically. That's correct.
A question for the EPA. Can you tell us a little bit more about the removal process and what you all are doing at this time?
Sure. What they do, we're overseeing that. The contractors here, they'll come in and they'll bring their excavators and they'll remove the contaminated soil and move it to another location so that can be taken to a proper disposal facility at a later date.
How long does that process usually last, removing that dirt and getting it out of here so this can reopen?
We're estimating that once the locomotives are moved, that it'll take 4 to 6 hours to remove that soil.
Okay.
And also, I wanted to let you know that the Coast Guard did do overflights up and down the channel to check for any kind of sheen, and so none was detected. We also had drones that flew down, and they also detected no sheens in the water.
Any timeline on reopening the track?
We're estimating tomorrow at noon or so, if everything goes well.
And is this highly traveled? Is it a key piece of track? Is there a way around it?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's highly traveled, so.
Train derailments have been in the news a lot in the last 6 months, the last year. Is there any kind of big picture perspective we can give to the public about instances like this? Is this a rare occurrence?
I think we're just going to talk about the response today.
Are you guys planning any future testing either in the water or the soil after today's initial 4 to 6 hour excavation work?
What we do is once we remove the contaminated soil and we believe we have it all removed, we do confirmation samplings to make sure that it's gone, and then we can backfill with clean soil. I don't anticipate anything getting into a waterway after that process.
What is the threshold for an EPA response to a train derailment?
What is the threshold?
Is it a number of gallons spilled? Is it, what warrants an in-person visit from the EPA?
An impact to waters of the U.S. So anytime there's a waterway impacted, any kind of spill, we'll show up for that.
And in this case, this is tribal land. So EPA is the lead responder on tribal land. So the federal responder above the high water mark, right, Mike?
That's correct.
Yeah. Below the high water mark would be the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard is here assisting, but they're solely in a support mode.
Update on the personnel? Are they uninjured, hospitalized?
They're uninjured and recovering.
Question for BNSF. Are you guys planning an evaluation of the infrastructure around here?
I can't really address that at this point in time. Our focus is clearly the response here, making sure that we get all the fuel recovered out of the soil here.
Is BNSF foot the bill for the cleanup right now, or?
We assume responsibility for this at this point in time, so absolutely we'll work through the processes, the agency, cost recovery and processes there.
That's it, folks. Thank you.
Thank you.